Hey friends, I'm Jill.
And I'm Courtney, and welcome to this week's episode of This Just Got Weird.
You know who made it.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
Just so you guys are aware, one of these episodes will be an opera.
This one?
No, not this one,
Oh.
but one of them.
We're going to write it. How did this come about? I just turned to Jill one day and I was like, we just sing because we're stupid. And
We're not stupid.
We're fucking stupid.
We're weird. There's a difference.
This just got weird.
This just got weird.
See, I turned to Jill and I'm like, we should write an opera. And then that's where it ended.
Yeah, she was like, we should write an opera of all the weird things we say.
Yeah.
And then we just started singing in opera.
Because we already did.
Yeah. It was just real talk.
Yeah.
But we were singing.
This week's episode is about... It's your episode.
It is.
This is you.
This is the sports mom. Well, you're entering your sports mom era.
I'm entering.
And I'm getting ready to leave.
Yeah, so I have to utilize you for all the hacks. Because I don't know none.
Yes.
I know to pack some freaking...
Snacks.
Dude, I could fucking punch my kid during football season because I've had to buy 3 pairs of cleats, 4 mouth guards, and it's always right before a fucking game.
But
Now I'm closer.
now you're here.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. In Idaho Falls. I'll be like, go home,
But
get your shit.
once he starts doing a traveling team,
Punch him.
you have to prepare for everything that may or may not go missing.
So that's the really inconvenient part about my life is I'm not good at that.
Well, let me tell you something. Neither was I. I mean, because the twins, when they were little, I had to literally pack everything with me because you never knew what was going to happen. So I had a diaper bag. Each car had a diaper bag. Ethan had a diaper bag.
Wow.
And it still wasn't enough half the time.
Right?
Yeah, you're always missing something.
Like, nothing prepares you for motherhood.
No, and so I have my friend Sarah, her son is starting to really get into club soccer. You're starting to get into football. They are outdoor sports. Outdoor sports, I think, is one of the hardest things for parents to endure because you never know what you're getting into. Because the weather could be nice and warm on that first game. By the end of the second game, it is storming, it is raining, and it's getting ready to snow.
Well, and it's a totally different mindset from when, because I played soccer all growing up, and, during the rainy games or the snow games, I had the most fun. Because I'm, out there sweating and dying. I'm like, I feel like such a badass.
My kids love it.
Yeah. It's more fun, genuinely. They can attest. They know.
But
it's
as
fun.
parents, you come in a light jacket, and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And it is pouring rain, and you're like, fuck.
I was just thinking I've never appreciated my parents more than when I think about how they had to sit out in the rain, cold, snow, sun or shine until now, thinking that I would have to do that. I'm like, ew, I'll sit in the car.
Yeah, see, I was a cheerleader, so it was mostly indoor stuff. I mean, we did football games, but, I mean, my parents...
If the weather was nice, probably.
I think my dad came to watch, but, I mean, if it was bad weather, they didn't come. But, yeah, no, even if... So, we have a tournament in St. George in February, and we also go to Vegas. Even when I know it is supposed to be warm, I still bring winter gear and blankets and umbrellas and everything because I never know what I'm going to get into. Because last year, I think it was, I packed, and it was a rookie move. I packed for hot weather. Luckily, I brought my winter coat. It was as cold as it in St. George as it was in Idaho Falls.
Last year, right? I think I remember
it was
that.
in the 30s.
Yeah.
I was freezing.
And then you guys hit that snowstorm on the way back. A bad one.
Yeah. So, and then this year we hit a snowstorm on the way there, and then it was beautiful weather the whole time. So it was looked out. But no, I hope to help all future parents into the club, the high school seasons of soccer, football, baseball, track, sports in general, be prepared. The first thing you need in your arsenal is a really good chair.
Oh, okay. I just thought you were going to say wagon.
No,
Good
chair.
Okay.
Because you will use that more than anything.
Yeah, now that you say that, I could see that. I'm weird. I'm like Benny hates it, but I'm like running up and down the field with him.
And for the most part, Ethan is too. He will, but I still bought him a chair because when it is cold, we will bundle.
You want to bundle up, yeah. Because I'm running up and down the field, or I like sitting on the ground, but not if the weather's cold.
Yeah, if the weather's bad, no. And even like I'll still have a chair because then I can at least put my purse and stuff like that.
Right.
For the longest time, Ethan and I had like crappy chairs we had when we were like poor.
Yeah, I think right now we have crappy chairs because I just didn't care. Like,
yeah, and it was like Walmart chairs, and it's like it's a camp chair. Who cares?
Right.
No, you'll be living in those chairs. Even like, so when the kids were little, we would go to practice with them because you're not just going to like drop them off and be like, I'll be back.
Right.
So we would sit out. But so my favorite brand of chair right now is the Kelty brand.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Because they have nice, it's like one thing. Because you know how some of the camp chairs have like the open, like it's like a backing and then there's like that hole. Yeah. The wind goes through that.
Oh.
You want something that is like full coverage.
I remember you guys got these chairs recently, right? Because you turned to Ethan when we were at like a company barbecue and you're we need nicer chairs.
Yeah, and Ethan hates spending money on like stuff like that.
Right.
And
because it's not something you think of.
No, and they were on sale and I told him, I was like, I'm getting us new chairs. He's like, okay.
Probably game changers for your sports life.
So much better. And it's nice because the coverings are easier. Do not get the camp chairs that stuff in a bag.
Oh.
Don't do it.
That's what I have.
Those are the worst.
They are annoying.
Because if you do not get your chair just right and you get it on the sling part, you might as well just throw the damn thing away.
So annoying.
I've seen more sports dads argue over that than anything else.
Putting like the chairs in the bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so how do you carry yours then?
So mine, they wrap. It wraps around it and it clips and then you tighten it down.
Oh, okay.
That's so much nicer.
That sounds better. Where do you put it doesn't it turn into like a blanket or something?
Yeah, it turns into a blanket for like your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
so I'll either do that or I'll put it on the back of my chair and kind of lift it up so it's kind of more of a windbreaker when it's windy. And then my friend Sarah, sorry. I don't know why I said sorry to the desk.
Sorry, desk. I'm so sorry I hit you.
It was mean of me, bed desk.
You spanked him now. This is not the Patreon.
No, it's not. They have a 3-person seater.
Oh, I love
and it
those.
Sits low.
My brother and his fiance have the like 2-person chair.
That's
and I
also
love it.
nice.
It's like a love seat.
Yeah, and it sits low, which is nice because when it's windy, you don't have all that wind coming at you. So my chair sits lower so I can hunker down in it.
That's a good idea. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and a blanket. A waterproof, weatherproof blanket. Like the kind that you can, I think Kelty, not Kelty, it's like Rumble or something like that. But they're made for camping.
Oh.
And they shove in a bag. I got like Costco brown ones. They're the best. And I just keep those with me all the time.
I do love Costco.
I put those those and chairs are always in the back of my car.
I have chairs in the back of my 4Runner permanently.
Yeah.
I always have though, so Benny played soccer for a long time, but then even when he stopped playing and before he started playing football, I would just carry around camp chairs. Cause I'm like, you never know when you're going to need a chair. For a while I had like a tent and a sleeping bag too, just at all times, and my hiking shoes.
For stealth camping?
Probably. Hunker down. Steve
well.
Wallace's catchtrace. You said it. I was just prepared at all times to go on like a backpacking trip.
So you're halfway there.
I don't know if it's related, but
I mean,
wait, halfway there to being a sports mom or Steve Wallace?
Because I also have a sports brella.
Yeah, I don't have that.
You need to get one.
I have like a bug out bag tent thing. You know, the ones that like stay up for 24 hours to protect you from weather, like the aluminum
for 24 hours.
The aluminum thing, like just an emergency tent kind of thing.
Oh, I don't have one of those.
Yeah, I mean it's for emergencies.
Yeah. No, I have a sports brella. Those are very good. Those are also very good because they will block out the wind and the rain.
Or the sun, maybe, when
Or
it's
the
too
sun.
hot.
Yeah, so now that the kids are older and stuff, they are all their games are like in high school stadiums.
Yeah.
So Ethan and I will go into the very top, take our umbrella, pop it open, and then like hang it on the corner
Oh, okay.
so we have shade.
That's nice, because those seats probably get hot.
They get so hot. Like we went to not St. George, it was Ogden in June, and it was the worst time ever.
I guess if you're like I like the stadium chairs that you can get if you're like a stadium sports parent, because they just like attach to the...
Yeah, and they make some with like heaters in them now.
Oh, that's sweet.
Which
What about
is
like
nice.
AC for the hot bums?
Oh, I bet like in Texas and stuff they do.
Probably.
But here they have the warm ones.
Yeah, because we're always cold.
We're always fucking cold.
Yeah.
A wagon though. Do get a wagon.
I want a wagon because I
Especially-
just want snacks.
Well, yeah, because you got to have the snacks. I don't know if you guys are like my family or my husband. I'm calling you out. You don't listen, so I'm going to call you out. He has to have a snack like every 30 minutes.
He's got diabetes.
It's not even the diabetes.
It's the diabetes.
It's not.
I-
You constantly have to have a snack and a drink.
Yeah, me too. I too have diabetes, and that's my symptom.
The snacks and the drinks.
Yeah, if I don't have like a bottle of water with me at all times, I panic. Like if Lars and I go to the store and I forget my Stanley or my Starbucks cup with water in it, I will buy a bottled water from the store just to have one with me, because I'm like, I cannot. The thought of being thirsty and not having water is like my greatest inconvenience and fear. Wow. I would rather get punched by a bloated whale.
Punched by a bloated whale.
Yeah.
So
Like,
is that
I need
somebody
water.
Like,
I don't know.
we'll find
Near
out
one
day.
or the bloated whale punching me. I don't care. I just need water.
It explodes and it just like punches in your face.
Ew. Yeah, I just need water all the time.
Half the time my kids will forget water, so I always carry
Oh,
extra water,
fun-o.
Gatorade. I carry sports beans. You should get those for Gary. Gary? Who's Gary?
The fuck is Gary? You should get those for Gary. I'm gonna tell Betty you called him Gary. Where did this come from?
I don't know who Gary is. But you should get some for Benny. The sports beans.
Okay,
Or they're like
what do they do?
liquid goo. Like, oh my god. Jesus.
Gary and his lickle goo. This is why we don't record 2 episodes
No, this
in
is
one
exactly
day.
why. They're like high sugar stuff to like keep them going through the game.
Oh, that's cool.
Like
okay.
the kids will eat it like during halftime.
Where do you get them?
Dick's, Al's, any sporting good. Those are really good to keep on hand.
Are they like jelly beans?
Yeah, they have like jelly beans, and then like sometimes they're like in like fruit leathers.
Oh, okay. So they're fruity, not
Yeah.
like a black bean.
No, and no
green beans.
pinto beans.
Gary beans, refried. For a
Like
quick little
here,
snack.
eat some pinto beans. Get yourself hyped up.
Here's a kidney bean for.
Yeah, so get those for your kids because they're always going to be hungry, and then they're going to complain they have no energy. Because if your kids are like my son, they eat like shit before a game.
Yeah, Benny eats like shit usually.
Let's see, what else? What else do I carry in my arsenal?
Bananas.
Bananas. I usually carry more like watermelon or strawberries.
Oh.
They're easier to digest. That's what my kids say.
Oh.
Sometimes Isley will eat a banana before a game.
I always ate a banana before my game.
Yeah, she'll eat a bagan. Oh my
Jesus, Gary
God.
Bagangas.
Jesus. Fuck.
Baganga Gary.
Gary Bagingas. Back to you. Yeah, she'll eat a banana and sometimes what else is it? I can't remember what else she eats. She eats something else.
Jerky?
No, it's not jerky. I can't remember. Oh, maybe a granola bar.
Speaking of jerky, have you had the Korean barbecue jerky from Costco?
Ew, I don't like it.
Why?
I just don't.
Have you tried the strips?
Yes.
Have you tried the nuggets?
Yes.
Well, that's sad.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Did you see we're getting a Korean restaurant?
Yeah, I was with you
Oh, yeah,
when you
you
saw
were.
it.
Porky's? Was it Porky?
Yeah, you were like, Porky's Korean or something?
Yeah, apparently it was a food truck.
Yeah, we were together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for that.
Oh, I'll go with you.
'Cause,
And Gary.
Gary will meet us there.
Gary will be there. Gary probably owns it. He works
He
there.
probably does.
Gary the Porky.
We're probably good friends.
Yeah.
Sunscreen. Don't forget sunscreen.
Oh, good idea.
Because not only do your children need it, if your husbands come with you. Oh, speaking of Gary.
Gary. Hi, Gary.
Hi. What?
Hi, Benny. You're on the podcast.
Oh.
Are
You know what time you're gonna be home?
Well, I'm recording right now. Do you need something?
When are you gonna be home?
I don't know.
I need information.
About what?
When are you gonna be home?
I'm not going to be home for like 30 or 40 minutes.
Oh man.
Why?
Because I was wondering if you're gonna make dinner.
No, just eat some cereal or leftovers or something.
Okay.
Okay? Because then I have to go to pickleball after too.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
There should be leftovers, and there's still that rotisserie chicken in the fridge.
I know.
Okay.
Oh, from Costco.
Is Lars home?
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Bye, Gary.
It's not Gary. It's Benny.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Can I get this thing on my game?
No.
Oh, Jill said no.
That's not Jill. That's not Jill's decision.
I don't care.
No, that's your decision because you're the mom.
You can get it tomorrow because you don't need to be on your phone all night.
I'm not.
Okay, love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Gary.
That's not Jill's decision.
Just you're the mom. Yeah, but Jill is the mom. She's doing mom hacks
I
right now,
am
bro.
the ultimate mom. Yeah, sunscreen. Get sunscreen.
Sunscreen. What about bug spray?
We never had an issue with bugs.
Oh, that's good. I always have bug spray in. What do I carry bug spray in? Probably my freaking bug out. I'm just ready. I'm ready to
I was gonna
camp.
say to camp because that's when I get eaten.
Apparently.
If you a good bag, get a good bag.
Like
to
what?
carry everything in.
What about the wagon?
Well, the wagon is for the chair, the blanket, the bag.
You put the bag in the
cooler.
wagon.
Yeah,
Lots of containers.
yeah. You are going to have an
Cooler. Duh.
arsenal of shit, so you need a good wagon. I have now started carrying a med bag.
That's a good idea.
Because my son enjoys to slide tackle, and especially if it's on turf, he always gets turf burn. Like last night, he tried out for Idaho Football Club, and he did this beautiful slide tackle, scraped the shit out of his knee, and he came back to the car, and it was just like bleeding down to his
Ooh,
foot. And I was
yeah.
just like, I didn't bring the bag because I kind of didn't think you'd be doing this. And so in my bag, I have scissors, gauze, Vaseline, aloe vera, nasal spray, lidocaine spray, icy hot, ibuprofen, Tylenol, Band-Aids, blisters,
Ooh.
tape.
Yeah.
I have all the stuff.
That's a good idea. I think that especially like a first aid kit kind of thing.
Yeah, because your coaches won't have shit.
No, and I feel like other parents sometimes wouldn't think to bring that stuff. So
Yeah, because like one game, the kids were like 14, I think, 15, and it was a co-ed team. And I'm just sitting there like, like watching them. And then all of a sudden the game stopped and Ethan's reffing. So I'm just like, oh, what's going on? I see a girl that she has fallen. I was like, oh, she probably sprained her ankle.
she's fallen and
And
she
I'm
can't
like,
get
oh,
up.
that poor thing. And I'm just sitting there on my phone. And then all of a sudden, my friend who is the coach for the kids, she turns and was like, Jill, get over here. And I'm just like, oh,
Heavens.
okay. And Ethan's just like waving me. And I'm like,
Because you're the nurse.
she's hurt her ankle, right? No, she dislocated her knee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shayla.
Yeah, I looked down and I was like, and my friend, she's like, I was like, do you have a first aid kit? She's like, yeah, I'll go get it. And I was like, okay. And then I went and I sat down and I was like, hi. And I like looked, I was like, oh, I was like, is your knee hurting? She's like, yeah, she was crying. I was like, we're okay. I was like, we're okay. I was like, I want you to stare at me and I want you to breathe. I was like, we're going to slow, deep breaths. And I said, and then I go, where are your parents? And she turned and she's like, they're right there. And I just yelled, I'm like, parents, come hither. I'm like, come
get
here.
your child.
There's a bunch of us over here. I feel like you should also be here. So then I said, where are you parked? And they were like, over there. And I was like, I need you to bring your cart onto the field. They're like, we can't drive on the grass. And I'm like, well, we ain't carrying her. I was like, go get your car. It's fine. And they're like, we should probably call 911. I was like, by the time 911 gets here, we could already have you in your car and you into Ermac.
Yeah.
So the dad went and got the car, and I was like, does somebody have a blanket? And so somebody brought a blanket. And then, like, one of these guys from a field or two over came over, and I knew who it was. He was an orthopedic. He's like, what's going on here? And I was like, oh, she's dislocated her knee. I'm getting the parents to get her to Ermac. He's like, I'm an orthopedic. And I'm like,
great.
Okay. The knee is still dislocated.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't doing surgery here, sir.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I was like, somebody, we need a blanket because we need to be able to hoist her into the car. And so somebody brings it. And I'm like, all right, sweetheart. I was like, I'm going to have you roll towards me. And the guy's like, we should just lift her and put it on the blanket. And I said, we're going to roll her towards me and we're going to tuck that blanket under.
Because mind you, the doctors are gone when all this stuff is happening.
Yeah. And like the dads have no clue. Like,
right.
I'm like, you can't just move her with a dislocated knee.
Well, and like when they're in going and doing all this stuff, it's the nurses that get everything prepped and ready and
at one point,
the patients and stuff.
At one point, I was like, has anybody ever been a nurse but me? And they were just like, no. And I'm like, okay, let's listen to me.
Yeah.
So then we rolled her and her knee popped back in place. And I heard it and I was just like,
oh, this poor girl.
it felt better.
I bet.
And so she's like, oh, it feels better. I was like, okay. I was like, you still need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So then we get lower up and then we found out that she tore like 3 major ligaments in her knee.
Oh,
and had
poor
like
thing.
total reconstruction. And then after the game, I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And Ethan's like, I don't know. She went to kick the ball and then she like was on the ground. And I was just like, Jesus. But in that whole time, my friend brought the first aid kit and it was one that you would get at the store that had Band-Aids and like a little like ice bag. She handed it to me and I just like, Michelle, what am I supposed to do with this? Michelle. She's like, this is all they give us. And I'm like,
oh.
well, I can't do anything
That's what they give
with
the
that.
coaches?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hell no.
I was like, I can't do anything with that.
No.
So from that point on, I pretty much have like kept a bag with me. So I also have like ace bandages, KT tape, medical tape, pre-wrap, all the stuff.
I do have a pretty big first aid kit in my football backpack.
Yeah.
So
You have to.
Jill's great to have around in a medical crisis. Like, Benny got his ears pierced and turned very pale.
Oh my God.
And Jill just took him out of the room, and then, like, I got my piercing. Luckily, she was there taking care of him, because I'm just, like, getting pierced. And then I go out there to talk to him, and he's like, she had me sit down, and she took care of him. So
He just goes, my ear hurts. And I'm like, yep. I was like, you had a needle go through it. That's normal. I was like, Benny, I need you to breathe.
yeah, he's pale, not breathing,
I'm like, let's
about to pass
breathe
out.
through your nose, out your mouth. And he was just like, whew, that hurt. And then he started getting white when I got mine.
Oh my gosh, he almost passed out when Jill got her septum pierced because he watched.
Yeah, so those were like some major things. Like I also keep like a little umbrella because if it's just me, I'm not going to carry a large. Because the sports umbrellas are a pain in the ass to put up.
Like the big ones?
Yeah, and especially if it's just you and it's windy and you're trying to hurry and get it up, sometimes it's not worth it.
That's fair.
A lot of the parents will wear, I don't know if you've seen them at football, but they're like plastic little tents. They're see-through. They're like little pop-up tents.
No.
And you can put your chair in and you zip it up and you're like in this little plastic bubble.
I have not
You've
seen
not
that. I'm
seen
so
them?
excited to see it,
Yeah.
though.
Like it's really popular in soccer.
Oh.
And for the longest time, I'm like, that's stupid. I'm not going to do that. And the older I get, I'm like, I get it. I want one.
Where do you get them?
You can get them online. They're like $50. They're not like...
Oh, so they're reusable.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
reusable.
okay.
Yeah. They're just like, seriously, you just fold them up and put them in this little cover thing and then like throw it up, pops open, put your chair in there, zip it up, you're good to go.
You're like in your own little pod.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I get it.
I think I might get one of those. That's sweet.
Yeah, my dad has a portable heater that he uses for fishing.
That's a good idea.
So he'll bring that sometimes if they come up and watch the kids. We'll have a portable heater.
That's a good idea.
And then during tournament season or like the jamborees, because we usually stay in one spot, we have a big pop-up tent that we'll use.
That's a good idea.
For shade and stuff. But
What about for a nap?
We have taken naps.
In the tent?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I have, like, if it's between games or I just, like, wrap myself in a blanket and I'll just, like, hunker down. Mm-hmm. And then Ethan's like, it's back on.
It's like stealth camping.
It is, like, but out in the open.
But I don't know. You're not hiding.
You're not
being stealthy.
Yeah.
I always bring soybean.
Yes.
So, and his backpack with all his meds.
Yeah. I did used to bring, when Radar was a baby, I brought him, but the older he got, the more he wanted to play with the ball. Mm-hmm. So that was a problem. And then, like, a lot of people, when they would find out he was a German Shepherd, they would try to speak German to him.
Are you for real?
I am so serious. They'd be like, oh, a German Shepherd. And I was like, yep. And they're like, oh, speaking Sie Deutsch. And then they say some stuff, and I'm like,
what the fuck?
no.
Are you for real?
I am for real. It happened like 2 or 3 times.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
I grew up with a German Shepherd, but I guess I don't think I ever had her. Nobody ever. It would have been my parents that they talked to like that. That's fucking weird.
Yeah. So I'm working with his training, so hopefully he can come back out with the soccer games because he was fun. Because my other 2 just don't like people.
Sawyer Bean does really good, and I just take his meds just in case he gets overwhelmed, but he does pretty good. He just likes to hang out. He makes friends. There was this old guy on Benny's. Like one of the kids' grandpas. He was good friends with him. He wore I put my Bonneville.
You did.
He had my Bonneville, like Benny's team shirt on. It was mine. And I was wearing a hoodie, and then it got really hot, so I was like, oh, I'll just switch soybean. I'll just take my shirt off him and put it on, and I put it on, and it's wet. And I'm like, oh, he must have laid in the grass. And then I just smell this smell, and I'm like, he pissed on it! He pissed on my shirt. Because I had tied it so that he couldn't pee on it, but prior to me tying it, he had to have found a time to urinate on my shirt. So I had to put my sweater back on. The guy watching me go back to and
wait, it's wet. It's fine. Wait a minute. What's the smell? Oh, it's me.
Pissed! Fucking Sawyer. Yeah, so this guy watched me go get in the truck and get dressed like 3 different times.
He's probably like, what is this wackadoodle doing?
What a weird bitch. Why does she have a stain on her shirt?
Pick one or the other. Jesus.
It's either hot or cold. I had a Bakugo shirt, actually, so that's what I ended up wearing.
Oh.
Yeah, I found it in my car.
So that's actually on par.
Shout out to Kotsky. I'm trying to think what else I would take.
I know.
I didn't do a lot. Well, you know, I think, like, compared to you, I probably didn't bring a lot, but my husband felt like I packed the whole world. He was, like,
Ethan
trying
does
to carry all the
every
stuff,
time.
and he was just like, oh my gosh, why did you bring so much stuff?
Every
I'm like,
time.
we need it.
Ethan's like, why are we I'm like, we need it. And then every time we use it all. And so I'm like, stop questioning me.
Yeah.
Because when we go to Ogden, I bring even more because it's like, I don't know what we will encounter while we're there.
Especially out of town where you can't just run. Like, the amount of times I had to run to the sports store to grab something. So stupid. But.
Yeah, so if your kids, like mine were in soccer, so I always kept extra socks and shin guards because they would always forget those.
Yeah, I'm going to keep freaking extra mouth guards for sure this year.
And then the older they got, they get a checklist that I send them. So it lists all their soccer gear that they have. Because I'm like, if it's your soccer gear, because they have to have both kits. And if they don't have their kits, they can't play. So you have to have those kits. So those were the main things. And then like their cleats were the other thing. And they usually bring like 2 or 3 pairs of cleats.
Jesus.
If you're Aiden, you bring 5.
That baffles me. I had like 1 pair of cleats
gotta
when I was
look
growing up.
Drip.
Drip.
I don't know how he does it. He played in he got a newer pair of cleats like a couple days ago and he played in them last night. And I'm like, don't your feet hurt?
Yeah.
No.
Huh.
Like,
I did hit him with the new slang word because I told Isley I liked her Nike Crocs. I was like, I used it incorrectly on purpose and they both laughed. But she was walking by. She's like, yeah, they're drip or whatever she said. And I was like, yeah, I like them Johns.
Did she just give you like...
Oh, no, she
look?
just like put her head down and laughed and like shook it. It was funny.
Yeah, if you guys are remember our slang episode, there's a new one. John. As in that guy.
I like that John.
That John over there. I like that John.
That John's kind of a dick.
Dude, that John gets on my nerves.
That John, that animated John, can get in my mouth.
Patreon.
Gotta give him a little snippet.
Yeah, I heard that one last night because they kept they gave the kid's name and they're like, oh, that John, I like him. And I'm like.
And his name was not John.
I was like, I thought you said his name was Carter. They're like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, but what? Why?
Who's John?
But you said John. Is it John and Carter?
John Carter.
Or John Carter?
Carter John.
Yeah, I was like, I'm confused. They're like, no, Mom, like that John, that guy. And I'm like.
See, and I felt like that seemed kind of old-timey.
I think it's just cringe.
It's weird. It's weird. And then for a girl, you know, what do you say? That Julia. That Jill.
That Bethany.
That Becky.
That Karen.
That Hillary.
That Michelle.
That Jorts. Court Jort. That's what I should have the kids call me because they call me Court. I'll just be like, call me Court Jort.
From here on out, you are now Court Jort.
Court Jort only.
Could you imagine? Be like, hi, my name is Court Jort.
It's much worse when you say it's sophisticated.
Like, this is my best friend, Court Jort.
Court Jort is here for her interview.
Court Jort is here for her appointment with the lawyer. Perfect.
Great. Court Jort, come on in. The freaking people come out at the doctor's office and they're like, Court Jort.
You're like sitting there.
That's me.
Court Jort.
Court Jorts.
Court Jort, could you come to the Automotos? Your car is ready for pickup.
Court Jort, come to the front. Your child is looking for you. Gary. Court Jort, Gary is up here. He can't find his mom. We're fucking stupid.
We're dumb.
We didn't have episode notes on this episode, and we usually try to, because if we don't, we're just kind of free balling. It's like we didn't wear any chonies.
We didn't, because we just figured, you know, sometimes we just gotta let it go. As some people would say, we just gotta raw dog it.
Just got a free ball.
Just let it roll.
Out of like all your husbands, animated husbands.
I was like, whoa.
Who would you let raw dog?
Whoa. That's not for this episode.
My answer is all of them. All of the above.
Yeah, we know that.
Sports hacks.
Way to go. I thought you were like, which one would be the best sports dad or something. No, you're like raw dog it.
Whoa.
Wasn't prepared.
Who would be the best sports? Nanami.
Nanami. Oh, Gato and Gojo would probably be really good too.
I think Gojo would embarrass our son.
Well, yeah.
But he would be great.
My kids sometimes have to tell me to cool it.
Yeah, like Gojo would just be so like, that's my kid! That's what, like he'd be screaming and cheering and excited. And he'd be like, there's my Megami. And then Megami wouldn't appreciate it until he's older. And I'd be like, Megami, be nice to your dad.
Yeah.
He's my dad too, so be nice. He's my daddy. Be nice to him. And then they'd grow to appreciate it later.
Yeah, no, I almost got, Ethan almost red carded me one of the kids'
Oh,
game.
Ethan did.
Yeah, because he was the ref. And I think it was Aiden's game. And we're here, at least during a certain age, it's just all volunteer. The coaches
Yeah.
are volunteer, the refs are volunteer. They're just wanting the kids to get, the experience and
Yep.
learn the game. And 99.9% of the parents have no clue what's going on.
No.
They have no clue how to play the game, what the rules are, nothing. So Ethan had called, it was just a minor foul, whatever, on a kid. So this gentleman of size,
I remember this story, actually.
he was a fat fuck, started yelling at my husband about a bullshit call and all this kind of stuff. So Courtney has seen this part of me. You go after my kids, you go after my husband, you go after my best friends. I turn into another person. Mm-hmm. I looked at him, I'm like, look here, you fat fucker. I was like, get your ass out there and help. He's trying to teach the kid. You're being a fat, I just
Just kept calling him fat.
kept calling him
Fat shamer. You person of size shamer.
I did.
Horrible.
And then he started yelling at me, and I was like, come on, let's do it. You can't catch me, fatty. And then luckily, two dads on our side also, was backing me up because I was not stepping down at all.
Good.
And Ethan finally came over, and he said, leave.
Oh.
And I was like, no. If he's going to act like this way, I was like, I am going to make sure that this game is done fairly because he's a fat fucker and he doesn't know the rules.
Because he's a fat fucker.
I just kept saying fat fucker the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
It was bad.
This
It was
person
bad.
of size.
Even Aiden was just like, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You want to defend everybody, but then you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, you feel bad
So
after.
Ethan said he was going to red card me if I didn't leave. And I said, fine, I will leave.
There you go.
I left, and the guy just kept yelling at me, and I'm like, come on, let's go, fatty.
You're just walking off the field like,
And then
fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see you walking off, flipping him off.
There's been a couple other times where I have gotten in trouble with a ref because I have yelled at the other team's parents.
Well, the times that I've come, because we go to each other's kids' sports stuff now, the parents are ridiculous.
The parents are the worst part of kids' games.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. And luckily, I didn't have to experience that too much with Benny's football.
Yeah, it wasn't
really as bad.
It was really weird, in a good way to see, because all I knew was soccer, and the kids used to do basketball, and it was even worse than basketball.
Basketball's bad. I used to play basketball.
horrible.
It was, yeah.
It was so weird. It was like they were reliving their glory days through 6-year-olds.
Yeah, basketball's bad. And I feel probably, I hear baseball dads are pretty intense.
The kids only did baseball one season, and I didn't see most of it. But football, they were all encouraging, buddy, you can hit them. It's okay. It wasn't
Yeah.
they let the coaches actually coach the kids.
Yeah.
In soccer, everybody's a coach, everybody's a ref, everybody's
I
a
think
critic.
So. Yep.
And I half the time would be like, let's let the kids play. I don't see the parents out there. Could you do that? I don't think so.
I'm pretty glad actually that Benny quit soccer because that was my sport. And so having him play it brought up all these I'm like, Benny, get the fuck out there. I just turned into the parents that were screaming at me to do that stuff. So I'm just like, Benny, it was too intense for me.
Yeah.
So now that he's playing football, it's all intense like that. So it's normal to be that aggressive.
Yeah.
So it's it's better. But I'm glad he transitioned because I wouldn't want to be the type of parent that's trying to relive their glory days through him,
yeah.
So I'm glad he switched sports. But
The only time I really get loud and irritated is when the refs either don't know what they're doing, so they make weird calls, or it's their very first time reffing, which I get and it's fine. But I think for the newer refs, you should stay with the younger kids and work your way up.
Yeah, probably.
Don't be the first time reffing at a U19 game, because it's we had our tournament in St. George, the last game, one of our kids got body slammed and stepped on, and the ref wasn't going to call it. luckily one of our moms had recorded the whole thing.
Oh, good.
And so all our whole side was like, where's the call? Where's the call? Throw him out, like red card, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Luckily there was like, so in soccer there's a center ref and then 2 line judges.
Yep.
This one also had a fourth rep. He was like also
Because he was like training.
so I'm like, I don't know if you're the trainer or whatever, but like, so finally the guy consulted with the other guy.
Oh.
And it was like a 5-10 ordeal. And I'm like, this should not be. What's taking so long? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, and like we kept saying, we have video. I was like, we can replay it.
Yeah.
Like, and they finally red carded the guy, but then they called like some weird fouls. Like they fouled Aiden on a super clean slide tackle. Like Aiden slide tackled and he hit the ball and then the guy like just jumped over him because it's usually what happens.
Yep.
Like Aiden didn't take the kid out, nothing, and they called it on Aiden and I was like, that was the most cleanest side tackle he has ever done.
Yeah. Like, this
I'm
was
like-
actually exquisite.
I don't understand what we're doing. So that irritates me when the refs aren't as knowledgeable. And we don't
Especially
have it
when
all
the kids
the time.
get older and it's like a competitive
And
sport
when
at
it's
that
like
point.
the championship game,
Yeah.
that's super irritating to me because it's like these kids are giving it their all and then the refs are just like calling it for the other team
Don't
half
know.
the time.
Yeah. Don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
only time I really, really get irritated.
Or when there's a fat fuck
Or if there's a fat fuck
yelling at your husband.
yelling at my sweet husband who is volunteering and helping the kids.
Yeah.
Don't yell at my family. I'll come at you and body shame you.
Not that I ever like question why we're best friends, but like in those moments, I'm just like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is why. This is why.
I know. Ethan's probably like, oh my God, there's more of you.
Dumb bitches.
How did you find another?
Oh, I love it. Oh,
But yeah,
great.
so being a soccer mom is one of the best things I have ever become.
I do love being a football mom.
It's
I gotta stop talking while I yawn.
Yeah.
I love being a football mom.
This is possibly my last club season. We'll be going into our last high school season. So, but Aiden just joined. He's going to be joining a semi-pro team. Isley will more than likely play for a college team, so I have that to look forward to. But I won't be able to go to all their games. That's
Yeah.
going to be the hardest thing.
Well, you can come to football.
Yeah, thank God I have Benny and I have Sarah because
Yeah.
I still have sports.
Gammy Jill will be there.
I have all the stuff, so I'll just
You
bring
do.
it.
I don't even need to buy anything.
I know. I'll just be like, I got it.
Perfection.
I'll tuck you in when it's windy. Just like, here
Give
you
me
go.
one of those tents, please.
Yeah. We'll get they have a double pod, so 2 people can sit in there.
Perfect. Kick our husbands out.
Yeah,
Be like,
we're
we're
like,
sitting in here. This is
Guys,
ours.
go get your own pod.
Yeah. This is our pod.
Yeah. So yeah. So being a sports parent is probably one of the best things. It's one of the most stressful things. It's the most costly thing. But seeing your kids doing what they love is like worth it 100%. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, it's like they're doing something and it's good for them.
It is. It's enjoyable. Keeps
Like-
them out of trouble.
Like my kids, like
Convince your kids to play sports. I was so worried that Benny wouldn't find a sport that he loved.
I
Thank
didn't.
Gosh,
yeah.
he did.
I wasn't for the sports like soccer. I was like, I don't know anything about soccer. Now
Really?
I love soccer.
Yeah, I love
It's,
soccer too. It's
and
fun.
I love hockey because it's like soccer on ice.
Hockey's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Intense.
All right. So thanks for listening to Ramblings of Jill and her soccer love.
Soccer love.
But if you guys have like gear that you always have to carry, tell us. We need to know that. Because I'm always looking for more stuff even though I'm almost done. All right. Random fact. Have you ever called shotgun when you get to a car?
Yeah.
So calling shotgun is inspired by a time before automobiles.
Okay. I actually think I know where this is headed. I think I know this.
A guard would, with a shotgun, rode next to the driver of a stagecoach. The guards would keep robbers and criminals away, protecting the driver, passengers, and cargo the stagecoach was carrying.
Yep. I love this.
Yeah. Did you ever like shotgun and then like punch?
No, just slug bug.
Oh no, we like if we whoever was not the driver, you had to say shotgun and like punch the shit out of the person next to you and like run. Even if you called shotgun, if you still got to the passenger seat first,
Oh yeah, like people, you can call shotgun and still whoever makes it there.
yeah.
Now I'm just like, I'm so respectful with the shotgun seat. I'm like, if we go with a friend or something and you're not driving, I'm like, Jill, you get the front. You're the
I
elder.
know, it's so weird. It's like
I don't
oh,
even
you can have
ask.
it.
I'm just like, no, here, this
I
is
know,
yours.
and I just get in.
Yeah, we just know our place.
It's just fine.
I know my commander gets the shotgun seat. I take the
I'm
back.
just like, yes, this is my seat. Get back there.
Get back, beach. Yeah, no, I do love that one. I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Be the shotgun rider.
Usually when my kids would argue when they were younger, I'd be like, both of you in the back seat. I don't
That's a
want you
good
in-
idea.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just get back there. I like having just one kid. He doesn't fight with anybody. But his own demons. Gary and his demons.
Benny and Gary fighting each other.
Gary's his alter ego.
Not Ross.
Not
Gary.
Ross, it's Gary.
Gary
You don't
is-
get to pick your nicknames.
Is his op.
His that John is his op.
That John is his op.
Gary. Well, stay tuned for our next week's episode. I don't know what it's about. I don't remember, but we look forward to seeing you.
Please keep joining us.
Keep joining us and go follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, all at This Just Got Weird Pod. And then you can also go follow us on Facebook at This Just Got Weird Pod. You can find our cute little picture on there. So.
Yes, and we have some fun collaborations coming down the pipeline.
We do. I forgot.
Yeah, so look forward to that.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we've got some exciting stuff now that you're here
Now that I'm here.
in Idaho Falls.
Oh, thanks. I didn't know if you were talking to them or me.
Everybody.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye.